Hi everyone! Today I want to tell you about one of the most amazing days of my life. My day in Monaco. You know, Monaco is that small but incredibly rich country near France and Italy, right on the Mediterranean coast. Before I went there, I had only seen pictures online. Blue water, fancy cars and people dressed like movie stars. But trust me, when you see it in real life, it feels like you're walking into a dream. I arrived early in the morning by train from Nice, France. The trip was short, only about 20 minutes, but the view from the window was breathtaking. There were cliffs, the sea shining under the sun, and small villages with red rooftops. When the train stopped at Monaco Monte Carlo station, I could already feel the luxury in the air. Even the station was spotless and modern, with marble floors and flowers everywhere. Outside, the first thing I saw were expensive cars. Ferraris, Lamborghinis and Rolls-Royces. I said to myself, wow, this is not a normal place. The streets were clean, calm and beautiful. The air smelled like the ocean mixed with perfume. My hotel was near the famous Casino de Monte Carlo. I stayed at a lovely boutique hotel called Hotel de Paris Monte Carlo. It was my first time staying in such a luxurious place. The lobby had a huge chandelier, marble columns and golden decorations everywhere. The staff smiled at me and said, "Welcome to Monaco, mademoiselle." I felt like a movie star. After checking in, I went to my room. It had a balcony with a view of the Mediterranean Sea. The sky was perfectly blue and there were yachts in the water, shining like silver. I took a deep breath and thought, this is paradise. After unpacking, I decided to explore the city. Monaco is tiny. You can walk almost everywhere, but every corner looks different and special. First, I walked to the Prince's Palace of Monaco, which is the home of Prince Albert II. The road up to the palace goes through narrow streets filled with colourful houses and cafes. There were tourists everywhere taking pictures. I stopped at a cafe and ordered a cappuccino and a croissant. The waiter spoke perfect English and smiled all the time. The prices, though, not small. I laughed when I saw the bill. Welcome to Monaco, I thought again. From the Palace Hill, the view of the port was amazing. Hundreds of luxury yachts were parked there. Some of them were bigger than houses. I took so many photos that my phone almost ran out of battery. Then I went down to Port Hercules, the main harbour. There I saw something unbelievable. A red Ferrari parked next to a small cafe, and the owner was casually drinking espresso. I think he noticed me staring because he smiled and waved. I also saw some famous people, or at least people who looked famous. Everyone was wearing designer clothes, big sunglasses, and walking confidently. Someone said a famous Formula 1 driver was at a nearby restaurant, but I didn't see him myself. Speaking of Formula 1, Monaco is famous for its Grand Prix. I could still see the race markings on the streets, the sharp turns and small barriers. It was exciting to imagine those cars flying through the same roads I was walking on. In the afternoon, I went to the Oceanographic Museum of Monaco. It's a beautiful old building right by the sea. Inside, there were huge aquariums with colourful fish, sharks and sea turtles. I even saw a small exhibition about Jacques Cousteau, the famous ocean explorer. It was calm and peaceful inside. I really enjoyed it. Then I walked along the Japanese garden near the Grimaldi Forum. It was quiet and green, a perfect place to relax after walking for hours. There were small ponds, wooden bridges and koi fish swimming lazily in the water. I sat on a bench, looked at the sea, and listened to the gentle sound of the waves. Later, I returned to my hotel to rest and change clothes. That night, I had dinner at a rooftop restaurant called Le Grill. It was elegant, with candles on the tables and live piano music. I ordered seafood, grilled prawns and a glass of white wine. It was delicious. As I ate, I watched the city lights reflect on the sea. Everything looked golden and magical. A couple sitting near me started talking. They were from Italy and told me they visit Monaco every summer. They said, "It's small, but it feels like another world." And I agreed completely. Later, I took a walk near the casino. At night, the Casino de Monte Carlo looks incredible. Shining lights, luxury cars, and people dressed in evening gowns. Some were walking inside confidently. Others were just taking pictures like me. I didn't go inside because I didn't want to lose all my money on my first night. Instead, I sat on the steps and watched the scene. It was like a movie. Before going back to my hotel, I stopped by the Monaco Yacht Club. There was soft jazz music playing and people laughing, drinking champagne. I didn't go in, but I could see everything from the outside. It felt like the perfect ending to a perfect day. When I finally returned to my room, I opened the balcony door again. The night air was warm, and the city lights looked like stars on the water. I thought about everything I had seen: the palace, the sea, the luxury, the calmness. It felt unreal. Monaco may be small, but it's full of beauty and style. If I could describe it in one word, I'd say elegance. It's a place where everything shines, from the buildings to the people. And honestly, I didn't want to leave. When I finally fell asleep, I whispered to myself, "One day, I'll come back."